You guys were back, all 52 podcasts, Sean and Javon. Man, we were a little bit late this morning. My boy Javon's battling some colds. Well, this afternoon, we're here this afternoon. What am I talking about? It's 1:36. Javon, how you feeling, man?
I'm cool, man. Yo, I survived two weather changes up here. I thought
Yep.
I thought my body had adjusted. Did wrong. That weather then started to change up here. And that
Uh,
seasonal cold, I don't know what I've never had this in my life until I got up to Syracuse. When the weather changes up here, my body don't like it.
Whoa, don't tell me already the weather's getting like fallish up there. Don't
It's
tell me
it's
that.
it's look,
Don't tell me.
it went from sweltering to it's in the 70s, but that wind is blowing too. So it ain't like yesterday felt like 64. Like
Yeah.
I felt like I needed a jacket for a little bit yesterday.
Really?
I'm so serious.
I don't even want to tell my brother what the weather's been like down here. So I'm just gonna spare him that. But jeez, man, we got what I always say. It's an annual thing until we get him out of it. We gotta get my boy out of out of the Northeast. Well, is that the Northeast? Yeah.
Yeah,
Northeast,
no, it's the Northeast, all right.
It's Northeast, yeah. Syracuse, yeah. It's
The
the
issue
Northeast.
is it's the very west of the Northeast. So like we get the Great Lake weather effects too.
Oof.
It ain't fun, bro. It ain't fun
And
at
it
all.
is not sweet at all. Jeez.
All right, well, Sean, what we getting into today?
All right, so we're gonna talk first about undrafted free agents returning to college football. So I now think it's two. My boy Lane Kiffin. I know that I'm already claiming Lane Kiffin because I know that's going to happen all year. Especially, I co-signed him going to LSU. Two of his guys going to one's from Pittsburgh. What team was it? From Cleveland. I can't remember what the other guy is. But what's your thoughts on the whole situation?
I got a real issue with Zadavian Harris. Sean, you know who that is, right?
No, I can't refresh my memory.
That's the brother who was talking hot garbage about Lane when he left for LSU and said, "Oh, he trying to get an attention to him when he was up in the broadcast booth." I'm talking. He was talking spicy about Lane. I mean, called Lane everything but a child of God. Now all of a sudden you want to leave the NFL, come back to college, enter the transfer portal, and join all your other teammates that transferred from Ole Miss to LSU.
Money.
Nah, man, have a principle.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying.
I don't want to hear you talking all that noise just to renege. Ain't nothing worse in this world than a renege, bro. You can't. So little branch off here. You know, we recently discovered that you got that Xbox has Uno. So we've been on there.
Oh wow!
Hey, look. I learned one of my homeboys. I got to keep away from the card table at my family functions because it go down over some card games. Sean, my cousin Fruity, rest in peace, cussed my great grandmother smooth out over a spades game one night, and they tell him, "Calm down, that's your grandmother." No, she know what she did. I'm talking, yo. It get like that over some spades in my family, bro. I lied to you not. Cleo Edmonds she sat there and accepted every second of her grandbaby cussing her out.
Oh man.
She knew she was in the dead wrong. She was just infamous for cheating. So in the rare time she got caught,
oh man,
she just sat there and took it. It didn't happen. I didn't see my grandfather and his cousin clear. Well, I'm talking family function. Everybody outside having a good time. Come back in, the pinochle table is empty. Grandfather got the angriest look on his face. I said, I already know what happened. They can hear arguing.
Oh man,
it get like that, bro. I said I gotta keep this brother away from the card table at my family.
Oh man, that was crazy.
But Sean, I promise you, that's an honest to God story, right?
Oh man, that was so funny.
My great grandmother was late 70s, early 80s. Fruity talking to her. It get like that in my family.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing worse than a renege. And was the David Harris dead? Was renege. It's unacceptable, man. I don't forget the whole 50 year going back to school thing on his situation. Stand for something. For the rest of these cats. Yo, when did people start liking school? Like, I know they barely get these classes or whatever. But like, yo, you don't want to get on with your life.
Absolutely. Preach. Preach.
Now,
Preach.
now here's what I do understand. The cats that's about to get cut, go to the practice squad, make about $250,000, or I can go back to school for a year and make $600K. I understand that financially. What I don't understand, Sean, and I was talking to one of my agent homeboys about this on Friday. Why are these schools dumb enough to pay you? You're not good enough to make the NFL roster. So why am I about to pay you? I'm not paying you anymore. Like, this is one of those times I'll have a real gentleman's agreement. We on a conference call because all the head coaches in every conference are in a group chat with each other. I mean, that group chat, hey, fellas, we got to stand on principle right here. We're not paying these kids any more than what they would have made to be on the practice squad. We have all the leverage. Their NFL career ain't going nowhere. We are their lifeline. But of course, that's not how it is. So I mean, I'm not too mad at it because some of these guys would not have gone to the NFL had that fifth year rule came earlier. No. So this is one of those situations where I'm actually not too mad, but still, it's like, come on, man. It's the price tags that I'm not understanding from the schools. But in the case of Harris, fine with you going back to school. But don't talk all that stuff about Lane and then go play for him. That's an issue. So
you would have been cool if you went back to Ole Miss?
Oh, yeah. If he stayed at Ole Miss, I'd have been fine.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't – the 5 for 5, I think we're both on agreement. So I'm cool with it. These guys were not high-level NFL players. If you telling me a first or second round pick was going back to school because he can get $5 to $10 million, like a quarterback or something like that, I would just be like, all right, man, what are we doing? That's why, remember, when in this whole part, I was like, hey, I didn't like the whole Trinidad Chamberlain fighting to get back to Ole Miss. I don't like that because I'm like, man, you had a chance to be a first or second round pick in a weak NFL draft. I didn't like that personally.
You'd have been the best quarterback in the draft.
First round pick, right? So when stuff like that happens, I don't mind these two kids, but I didn't like with Chamberlain because I'm like, where's your competitiveness? You should want to go into the next level. Like
next year when you're in your draft interviews at the combine, I'm asking you.
Because
now as a front office, you have to, the way these draft interviews go, they are using a fine-tooth comb to find any and every potential red flag there is. For me, I'm like, hey, this kid might have a problem with confidence seeing that. And I'm going to ask him about that in April. Like, hey, are you not confident in yourself to be in the NFL? Like, you were the best quarterback in college football last year, buddy. What's going on?
Exactly. It made no sense to me. It didn't make, for example, Ty Simpson took the jump, and I don't think we thought he was ready for the jump, but it does show a level of confidence in yourself that you take that jump. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and he landed in a perfect situation with me.
Yeah, he's
looked pretty solid in the preseason.
Yes, he's going to be decent now because I think Sean McVay is like Kyle Shanahan. Those guys, they could turn water into wine, not to be blasphemous. But so what I would say is this. I'm not mad about it. I completely agree. I didn't think about it from the money perspective, but if you think about it, Javon, if LSU is not going to pay them that, Ohio State, the Big Ten is not going to do it, but Georgia, they would have got the money from somewhere else.
Well, so that's Sankey, already said, no, this is becoming an SEC rule. We're not bringing guys back from the pros. And the Big Ten's about to follow suit, and the ACC is probably about to follow suit. I think the only power conference that's about to let it happen is the Big 12 because they're trying to get themselves
back up
that conversation with the SEC and the Big Ten.
Which I get that. I'm not mad at the kids going into school. They're not high level NFL players. Maybe they improve and get their draft stock higher this year. Cool. I just don't. The money thing, I have to give you that credit. I didn't think about that. I'm like, I would probably just pay them what they would have made if they were on the practice squad.
Yeah, seriously. Why would I pay you more? You have no leverage.
Yeah, the tight end is going from the Browns. He's going to get like 500,000, 700,000. The only thing is, I got to say this. I got to call LSU out on this. We have it.
Because they are having. Listen, Lane Kiffin and Will Wade are having a pissing contest to see who can build the most unethical roster in college sports.
But no, it's the university that's allowing this. Let's call it. It's supposed to the top down, right? That university is allowing.
And the governor.
Yes.
And the governor of Louisiana.
And the governor. Yes, he's the president of the other university. Yeah. a lot of BS is happening at LSU. Like, I'm like, all right, I know you guys want to win, but come on, at all costs, like we don't need this. Let's call a spade a spade. It's just that school that's because it's doing it on the basketball side and it's doing it on the college football side. We got to hold the LSU to higher standard. But like, yo, what are you doing? Like at this point, like it's you guys are trying to. If I'm Sankey, I'm on the phone with the governor. I'm on the phone with the president, the champ. I'm on the phone. I'm like, yo, we can't keep having this. We got to figure something out because it's your school mostly doing this crap. So we got to call. That's. I just don't think they're. I get it. I understand. It's bigger than life down there. The LSU football, LSU, the university. But come on, you got to stand for something at some point. That's my only concern about that.
No, I'm with. All right, so Sean, we're talking about LSU. We got some predictions to make, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have LSU winning the SEC. I think they can, though. The more I look at that roster, and it's really Sam Levitt as the quarterback that's making me believe them. But something's telling me don't bet against Ole Miss.
You got them winning to the SEC?
I just like the Rebels. I like Pete Golding. I like Trinidad Chambers. I like adding Jonte Cook and Daryl Gill in the transfer portal. Keywan Lacey's probably my pick to be the Heisman winner this year. I like Ole Miss, man.
Wow. I love what Ole Miss is.
And I think week 3, they are winning the Magnolia Bowl. Matter of fact, I got you right here. Whoever wins that game in week 3 wins the SEC championship.
Damn, so you got LSU high up like that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to say this. If I had to rank it right now, my 3 best teams in the SEC, Texas, Georgia, Ole Miss, and then LSU. And I love Ole Miss. No, yeah, if I didn't name the top 3. Yeah, if I didn't name the top 3. Well, LSU is 4th in my top 3. That's what I meant. Excuse me. But I do like the roster. But the key is Levitt, like you said. If Levitt plays, I'm going to say this. If Levitt plays, I'm going to use this with the Panthers too. So when we get to the NFC position, if the Levitt plays like a first-round pick, I think they can win the SEC. I really do. I think he'll win the SEC. But I have Chambers winning the Heisman this year. He's my Heisman Trophy winner. And I think the rosters of Texas and Georgia are really good. So I'm going to pick Georgia to win the SEC. But I do not. I want to clarify this. I do not have them going to the national championship or winning the national or the Natty. That's my personal opinion. I know that sounds crazy, but you haven't won the SEC. But come postseason, I still like Texas.
No, that's not crazy because the Big Ten has won the last 3 national championships.
Well, I'm sorry. That's a good point. But in Miami and Indiana were in the championships. A great point. Notre Dame was in the championship. Great point. But I'm just saying, when you play in the regular season and it's different come postseason, I don't trust homeboy. What's the quarterback's name? I lost my train of thought from Georgia.
Gunnar Stockton?
Yeah, I don't trust Gunnar Stockton to win me a game if need be in a postseason. So that's why I think they're built for the regular season, but I don't think they're going to be. I think they'll get knocked off in the postseason. So Georgia is my prediction to win the SEC.
Well, we said Big Ten. I'm be honest with you. Indiana, and it's not close.
You love Hoover like that?
I like Ohio State this year. I think that'll be the Big Ten championship game. But Indiana, I've got no doubts. So I'm going to say, let me first, I won't say not close. I'll say I have no doubts. Oregon will finish number 3.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I hate saying that, by the way. Oregon and Big Ten in the same sentence. I shouldn't be saying that unless we're talking about the Rose Bowl. But, that's where college football is.
So if I had to pick, I'm going to go with Oregon and win the Big Ten. I think it's really hard to do things back to back. I love what Indiana is building, and they're going to be right there. I can't go with them. I don't love Ohio State's defense. They lost a lot of guys on that defense side of football. I think talent-wise, and I like Dante Moore. I'm not in love with Dante Moore like some people are, but I'm not saying that, again, same with Georgia. I think they can win the regular season Big Ten championship and win that conference. So I'm going to go with Oregon to win the Big Ten and that's tough because I really do like Indiana. I think it'll go Oregon, Indiana. I think got Ohio State number 2, 3, and then Michigan.
I think
number
that is
4.
the consensus top 3. I don't
Yeah,
know
but
who's
that's
going
gonna
to
be
be
my order.
fourth because
Yeah.
I'm not going to put all my chips on the table for Michigan. And Washington's always prone for some type of bounce back season. So I wouldn't even give you a fourth in the Big Ten. Over in the Big 12, I wanted to go with the Red Raiders, but without a quarterback,
Nope.
I got to go with Brigham Young.
Same. If they had a quarter, as long as he was playing, Texas Tech would win that conference.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be a debate. But they'll be the second best team in the conference. I like their coaching staff. They have a lot of money behind that roster. They just don't have we don't know who that quarterback is. I don't know him. He was
Baron Morton. I
don't know.
I can't.
And so, but the team I also wouldn't sleep on. I like what they're building in Arizona. But I'm not going to say they're good enough to win the thing. So I got BYU, Texas Tech, and Arizona. Those are my top 3. I'm giving you the top 3.
We don't have to talk about Miami and the ACC, right?
Let's move on.
Here we go. All right. All right. So we got. All right. So we agree. Oregon, Indiana, Ohio State in the playoff. We agree. Texas, Georgia, Ole Miss, now 2 in the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Miami, BYU. That's 9. Who's our last 3 playoff teams?
Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
That's
That's my number 1 team in the country this year. Last 2.
I'm throwing Mike Elko's boys in there.
Texas.
I'm throwing Texas A&M.
Damn. Am I too? Nah, I can't put Michigan in there. I really like the quarterback. Yeah, I'm too high. All right, that's all you gotta say. We don't even have to go back and forth with that. All right. Damn, this is tough. No Pac-12 team. Oh, it's the Pac-12 this year, right?
They're not. They're
yeah, Boise State
conference now.
Yeah. Let me just look at this list real quick. To give my last 2 teams.
Well, okay. I'm glad you mentioned that because it's not 2. It's 1 and then a group of 6 champion. You're right.
Okay.
So that means for me, it's
Notre Dame,
it's
Texas,
out of A&M and Texas Tech to get that last spot for me. The ACC is not sending 2 teams. I don't think there's a 4th team in the Big Ten. If there's a 5th team in the SEC, it's either Oklahoma or Alabama. And as much as I like John Metier, I trust Elko more than I trust Venables.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Tech will be up in that conversation,
and they'll be the last team on that bubble.
Yeah. I can't. I'm looking at it. Look at this list. I'm gonna just throw out there just so I can say, hey, hindsight's 2020. I do like Michigan this year. So I would put them not into that, but they might be a bowl team at some point.
They'll get a good bowl game.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna put Michigan there, but I can't put them over A&M and Tech. I agree with you 100%. I can't put over them, but I think they'll be in the conversation at some point.
All right. So who's winning? Who's getting that G6 bid? So we got Sunbelt Billy and James Madison. We got Dan Mullen's UNLV team, who, by the way, Saturday, this is probably the G6 championship right here. UNLV Memphis at 10 o'clock on Saturday. Matter of fact, this is probably the best week 0 we've had. So you got Carolina and TCU.
Mm-hmm.
Got Virginia and NC State. I think Stanford's on upset watch with Hawaii. And we have Memphis and UNLV. It's actually, for week 0, that's pretty good.
That's not bad. It's something to watch.
Yeah, and it's 4 different time slots. So, thank you, college football. And I will, I'm not going Boise this year.
I would go
I like
Memphis.
Memphis, but I think UNLV gets it this year. I think Dan Mullen gets it done this year.
Yeah, I would just say Memphis off the top of my head, but
Memphis is with a new coach. With
oh yes, if they forgot.
What's my man? Not Jerry Mack, the other brother.
I think Billy Napier might shine at James Madison though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because I think he's a good coach. It's just some people are not meant for the SEC. It's a different.
Yeah,
it's a different lifestyle.
Charles Hawk, that's my guy at Memphis now. Charles Hawk, but I'm taking Dan Mullen in the Rockets.
Okay. They were there. They were competitive last year, right? They were really good last year. Yeah. He knows how to build programs. I'm gonna say Memphis. Oh yeah, that's a fact. I'm gonna go with Memphis, but I'm gonna I could have a mulligan for that if after Saturday when they play Friday night.
They play Saturday night.
Saturday night, yeah, after Saturday
night. Who's winning the Natty?
I said it before. I think, excuse me, I think it's gonna be Texas versus Notre Dame, and I would pick Notre Dame to win the Natty. Defensively, Notre Dame's gonna be really good this year. I think they're gonna be really, really good.
I can't be mad at a Notre Dame pick. I can't be mad at an Indiana pick. I'm not mad at an Ole Miss pick. But you know what, Sean? I'm going to stay on brand. I was the only one to give them a number one vote. I might as well go all the way.
You? That's it.
The Hurricanes win their first national championship in 2 decades.
All right. I wouldn't be mad about that. I would not be mad about that. I think. Wait, who they beat? You gotta give me a prediction. Who's the 2 teams in the Natty?
Oh man, now I got to do the seeding. Golly.
Just usually that's just if it falls the way you think. I think it'll fall the way I think. So it'll be Texas and Notre Dame.
Miami beats Ole Miss.
Okay. All right. That'll be good, Natty.
Matter of fact, take it back. Great story for you. Miami loses to Notre Dame in the regular season.
Okay.
Beats Notre Dame in the national championship.
Okay. All right. I ain't mad about that.
Convicts will be back.
I think those are good predictions. And they both been into national championship games over the last 2-3 years.
Last 2 years, yeah.
Yeah. And they both lost. So
and remember last year, that last seat, that was a fight with them two for that last spot.
Yeah. Good point. Great point, actually.
And you know who got caught in the middle of that war?
The ACC?
Syracuse.
Why?
Syracuse went to Miami.
Oh, yes.
And then had to go to Notre Dame the week after.
Yep.
And it became who can beat the life out of the Orange worse.
Yep, I remember that.
I didn't get the Miami trip, but I damn sure got the trip to South Bend. And the Irish won that fight. Lord have mercy. That was the worst ass whooping in any sport that I've witnessed in person.
Really? Yeah.
Man.
That was bad. Well, one bold prediction I would say too. Bold prediction for the season. Well, after the season. If Marcus Freeman does win a Natty, he'll be the hardest candidate for the next NFL cycle.
You can't say if and bold prediction in the same sentence, Sean.
Good point.
Marcus, that's not bold. That's just true. If he wins a Natty, he's going to be the hottest candidate on the NFL market.
And he'll leave. Like he didn't leave this year, and there was some really good, great jobs. Baltimore was available. Pittsburgh was available. The New York Giants was available. If you wanted to leave Notre Dame for brand purposes, you would have left for one of those schools, one of those organizations.
He was too young for Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
But the Giants would have been perfect.
You don't want to be that young taking the Giants job either.
Okay.
Organizational dysfunction in the number one market in the world, you don't want to take that job as a young coach.
But you're right. I'm going to stand on it. Bold prediction, Marcus Freeman wins the national championship. Then he becomes the head coach of, I'll fill in that blank at some point.
Yeah, that's bold. Take the if out and say that is going to happen. Then that's bold.
Yes, he will. Indianapolis Colts is off the top of my head. I could just think about because they're going to be, I don't think they're going to be good. But we'll see.
Who's winning the Heisman? You said Chamberlain earlier, man.
Chamberlain, yeah, Trinidad wins the Heisman, and he'll be a top. I don't think he goes before Moore or Arch, but I think he'll be middle to late.
He'll be the best one out of those three, though.
Listen, oh no, let me add another book. CJ Carr, put some respect on his name. He'll be in that conversation for the number 1 pick with Dante Moore and Archman as well.
I like CJ.
I love CJ.
Year, don't he? Before he can come out,
I think he can come out this year, but I'll look it up. But he's going to be really good. I think he's really, really good because he could process. I like him a lot. Let me see.
He got Steve Angeli kicked out of Notre Dame.
He's 21. He's a top prospect for the 2027 NFL draft.
Yep. All right.
There'll be a 3-way battle, not a 2-way battle.
All right. I'm going to go T1 Lacey for Heisman. Sean, I got a question for you now. So Teofimo Lopez fired his pops, got a shot at the WBA welterweight championship this weekend, beat Rolly Romero in interesting decision, interesting fight. Teofimo was plus 450 for a knockout, and I wanted to put money on it. I'm glad I didn't. It went the full 12 rounds, and Teofimo had the worst looking face afterward. But he says he wants to become undisputed champ at welterweight, which includes the same reason he couldn't get it at lightweight, Devin Haney. And he said he wants to save Haney for last. Makes no sense to me. Haney ducking you is why you didn't become undisputed at lightweight when you tried it. So I don't know why you saved him for last at welterweight, whatever. But do you think he can become undisputed at welterweight?
Well, the key question is, excuse me, are you going to get that fight?
That's my thing.
Yeah. So are you going to get the fight? Because you say Haney was ducking him at welterweight or lightweight?
At lightweight.
And now Haney's the champion at welterweight, correct?
It's Haney has the WBO, Ryan Garcia has the WBC, and Jack Catterall has the. So Fimo and Jack Catterall probably have to get it on because Fimo is the super champ and Catterall is the regular champ. And then Liam Paro has the IBF belt. And
then wouldn't it make sense after that he faced Garcia and then Haney? That's what he wants.
So he wants to get either Liam Paro or Ryan Garcia first, and then he wants Haney last. I think they'll probably do Haney and Garcia rematch, and Lopez probably gets stuck with Liam Paro, and then the winners will fight each other. If the boxing politics don't get in the way.
Where's Dana White when you need him?
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, where's Dana White? I can't wait. I want to see what Dana does with Shakur, by the way. I want to see what he does with Shakur Stevenson before I just bestow Dana on the savior of boxing or something like that. But it's a good opportunity because I think Shakur can fight.
No, Garcia's got to hold on his belt this weekend, either this weekend or next weekend.
Oh, this weekend?
Yeah, he's got damn, who does he have coming up? Is it Conor Ben?
So listen, boxing needs a commissioner. They had a commissioner.
Yeah, he got Conor Ben coming up September 12th.
Oh, so 2 weeks from now. Okay.
Yeah.
So a week after Labor Day. Wow, it's already August 25th. I just looked at the calendar. I'm like, geez. Anyways, but yeah, no, I think it makes sense. It would be if you build it up. Actually, if you think about it, if Team Fimo goes down that route, it would make it a more bigger draw than anything. But I think Haney versus Team Fimo or Haney versus Garcia, those are the type of fights casuals like I am for boxing would like. But funny story, I just gotta say this. When I was younger, 17, 18, 19, 20, I loved boxing. I loved it. I would go somewhere, always to watch the fights, blah, blah, blah. And it just wasn't, I hate to blame one person. I think Floyd
blame Floyd.
Okay. I think Floyd took the excitement out of boxing because some of the matches wasn't the matches we wanted to see. And after that while, I was just like,
yeah, he didn't fight when he needed to fight. When he needed to fight.
So, like you say, yeah, you blaming people. We could kind of blame Floyd for coming to demise.
Wanted to follow his model because this is a monkey see, monkey do world.
Exactly. And he was making most money and he was undefeated. So people like, I'm going to follow it. So I think Floyd was, for me, I was like, I don't watch this anymore. Stop watching those type of fights.
I'm going to say no. Because there's too many if factors here. Number one, I don't think it's guaranteed that he beats Liam Paro. Number one. And number two, I don't trust Haney. Let's say he does beat Garcia in a rematch, which I actually don't think is going to happen. I don't trust Haney to make that fight.
Scared?
And easily. And Garcia, I think, could knock this current iteration of Fimo out. I think he could knock out this current iteration of Teofimo.
Yeah. He's not the same. He's not similar of a fighter.
No, he's not. He's not at all. He's not the same guy that fought Lomachenko.
No, not at all.
So I'm going to say no on this one.
But if it was to happen, it wouldn't happen for another year or so.
2 years minimum.
That's my problem. Next subject. That's my problem. That's why I'm a casual.
Sean, the Mariners have had an embarrassing week. And when I say embarrassing, I mean embarrassing. A 22-0 loss that includes your star center fielder throwing the ball into the stands with only 2 outs and letting more runners score. And then a 19-2 loss within the last 72 hours. I got nothing to say.
I would say, well, I'm speechless right now. I would say this. If I'm the Seattle organization, this might be, if not the most disappointing season, maybe since that year they won 116 games and lost to my Yankees. I think that was 2001 season in the postseason. Yeah. Well, it's true. That was disappointing. They thought they were the greatest team since the 98 Yankees. They didn't get it done. But anyways, so this is right up there because when it came into the season, I had Seattle going back to the World Series. Or no, not. Yeah, I had them go back to the World Series against the Dodgers. So, and I'm a Yankee fan, but the starting pitching and they're hitting. We were like, all right, even if they fell back a little bit, they were still going to be formidable. The guy, not the big dumpy Julio Rodriguez.
Rally is just hitting his 17th homer of the season, by the way.
Crazy. I wonder when he hit 17 last year, maybe May. That's what, or early June. So this is probably the most disappointing season since the 2001 season, and it's probably 1 or 2 or 3 top in Seattle Mariners history. I just don't know what's happened. Like the culture doesn't just change. Was that loss to Toronto in the ALCS that devastating to you?
You start smelling yourself, sipping your own Kool-Aid.
But there's a lot of talent on there, especially that rotation. That rotation is special. That rotation is nice. But to lose 19-2, and I have to call out a few people. Julio Rodriguez, Fernando Tatis Jr. The potential and the hype about those guys has never. It hasn't.
Tatis has come around this second half of the season.
Tatis, that moment when he was staring, that moment he hit the home runs, I was like, man, this guy. He was supposed to be Giovanni. He was supposed to be the guy 4 years ago. Yeah. He was supposed to be the guy. He never became the guy. The suspension messed him up. He never became the guy. So Julio Rodriguez was set up for him to be the guy. Franco. Oh
man, I guess it's just Hispanics.
Yeah.
Maybe the Marlins don't need to take our advice on building an all Latino team.
Nah, they need to do that. Damn, yo, I forgot about my. Nah, I'm gonna say my boy Wanda.
Yeah, don't claim him. Don't claim.
Yeah, I'm definitely not claiming Wanda. He was wild. Got his money. He thought he was invincible in DR. Yeah. So but Tatis Jr., Julio Rodriguez. Maybe I'm missing someone else, but when you're anointed by the team, by the media, you just won the automatically they want to enhance you. Go ahead.
And it's because you can't stay healthy. I put Ronald Acuna in that conversation.
Ooh, yo. You won't get. I thought Ronald Acuna after that year, what was it? 50-40?
Mm-hmm.
Woo! I was like, yo, this guy is gonna be right there for MVPs. I thought he was being the best player, definitely at least in the National League. I agree with you. You won't get any disagreements from me. You know who's like my all-time guy who never lived up to the hype because the hype was too big? Not Bryce Harper. Steven Strasburg. I thought he was good. I thought he was going to be Clemens, Pedro, Randy Johnson, and he had those moments with the injuries.
The folks, the brothers down in DC thought the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I was right up the road for that.
Yeah, I think he was like my biggest disappointment. So he's still a solid career, but not a Hall of Famer, not as dominant as we thought. So yeah, it's just what it is. And Paul Skeens, bad year. But
Need a shake bang.
Exactly. Let's see. But watch this on YouTube if anybody gets a chance, or Twitter or X. Harry Reynolds did an amazing breakdown on Paul Skeen's mechanics. Amazing. Yeah. I was like, wow, this
Harold
is really
does
good.
a great job. Woo. Him and Mark DeRosa do great jobs at the film breakdown.
Woo, that was amazing. I was like, wow. I'm watching. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense to me. Yo, shout out to Harry Reynolds for that. But yeah, I think to the Mariners, a lot of the guys underperforming, and where do they go from here? The only thing I would say for the Seattle, the whole American League, except for the Yankees, Toronto, and the Red Sox, have really
Tampa,
underperformed.
Not Toronto.
Excuse me, Tampa. Excuse me. Besides those top 3 teams, the AL East, everybody's underperformed. So are we just going to say, hey, it was just the league this year? We can run it back, or we have to take some real evaluations of where we're at as a team, especially offensively.
I think the American League is rooting for a lockout. I think a lot of front offices want a chance to really dive into the numbers and assess their teams.
You think so?
Bro, come on, man. I think the Mariners want to know what went wrong. I think the Orioles want to know what went wrong. Actually, no, they know what's wrong. Calm myself down. The Astros want to know what's been going wrong.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
I think Detroit wants to know if it needs to sell the house or not. I think Cleveland and Minnesota are sick of being in the middle, and now somehow the White Sox have caught up to them. I think some of these front offices wouldn't mind a lockout to figure out what can they do to fix their issues.
Yeah. So you're basically saying the whole American West and Central.
Yeah.
But Baltimore and Toronto, I'll put them right in that conversation too. Yeah. I'll put you guys right in that conversation. But yeah, the Mariners.
The Orioles have been so bad. Like their team batting averages are so low, Sean. When Madison shows the lineup card in the first inning, it doesn't even show the batting averages anymore. It shows the OPS.
Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know.
Their team batting average is so bad that the local network doesn't even show the batting averages anymore. It shows the OPS.
Yeah, that tells you everything you need to know in a nutshell. Simple as that. I would say this too. I'm just going to throw this out there. I'd be really disappointed if any team, you know how I wasn't a big fan of that Arizona team making the World Series that year. If any team not named New York Yankees, Boston Red Sox, or Tampa Bay Rays make the World Series out of the American League. No one else deserves it. No disrespect. All. This is for all the teams in the American League except for those 3 teams. If there's not one of those 3 teams in the World Series, I don't want to hear about it. Those 3 teams, one of those 3 teams need to make the World Series.
You know what's crazy though, Sean?
What?
Here's a path for the Rays not to get in. I think the Rays, if the Rays clinch number 1. The Orioles get that last wild card spot and somehow beat the White Sox in the wild card series. You know we could be looking at a Baltimore ALCS, right?
Why?
They've been cooking Tampa.
Yeah, that's true.
Tampa.
That's true.
After that first series of the year against Tampa, they've been cooking the Rays.
So
that is the scary part about the American League. If the Orioles get in, there's a chance that one of these sorry teams get to the ALCS strictly off a matchup.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's how it's the good thing about baseball. To some people, to me, I don't love it because I'm like, what the hell? I don't want to see no disrespect to Baltimore, but I don't want to see all the Orioles beat a Tampa Bay team. But you're right. The way it's set up, anything can happen. But if this
they've got to take care of business in September and, actually clinch that last wild card spot. But
why do you think you play so good against Tampa?
I have no clue. I have no clue. I have zero clue.
Okay, that says it right there.
They just like the Rays for some reason.
Yes, some teams you just have them.
When Shane Baz is on the bump, Shane Baz is going to win out of Baltimore this winter, and I understand. I haven't seen a team give a pitcher less run support since the Jacob DeGrom days with the Mets.
No, those were bad.
0 run support. That's how they treat Shane Baz. He's actually having a damn good season. And for some reason, when it's his day to pitch, they do not score.
Cannot hit. Yeah. That must be so frustrating for a pitcher because you can't control it.
I know I'd be over the roof because you can't control it.
You can't control it.
I just think y'all don't like me at some point, bro.
Yeah. You just can't control it. You could give up 1 run. Remember Skeens a couple years ago was 1 run here and he wasn't getting no support.
Like Baz has like 14 losses, and he has not pitched anywhere close to a 14-loss pitcher.
That doesn't make sense. does not make sense at all.
All right, so there's just some shakeups in the front office, Sean. The Astros have fired their general manager, and the Marlins, they've gone real drastic. They fired their entire pro scouting department.
Well, I won't go really too deep into the Marlins. I just when we did the rundown, I was like, I didn't even know about it. But what I would say is this: the Marlins, even when they've always been a cheap organization selling off. And again, me and Javon have the answer. How do you solve what South Florida with all these freaking Hispanic people? It doesn't make sense. But anyways, so we already know how to solve that. But the problem with the Marlins is they used to always be able to replenish when they would sell off players and have a wave of the next generation. And they've had sprinkles of those guys.
They had Yelich, Stanton, and Realmuto all at the same time the last time.
Exactly. So, they haven't really had – and they move them all. But they really haven't had that wave of great young guys, positional players. They'll have a sprinkle here and there, but that next wave of guys, like I remember LeVon Hernandez and those guys went away. When they had Chef and they had another way. Like I just remember all these times. So we were like, oh, the Marlins would just develop the guys, get them to a certain level, trade them off. They had that reputation. Kind of like what Tampa Bay does a little bit now, but Tampa Bay is on a whole nother level. But
South Florida.
Yeah, South Florida. So,
by the way, why do we call Tampa South Florida?
It's not South Florida. It's Central Florida.
I don't know. Listen, I'm not from down there, so whatever. That just does not look like South Florida.
No. It's like two different. It's like Boston, New York. It's like night and day. What South Florida is.
Tampa and Miami is.
Yeah, right. It's completely different vibes. And with the Astros, I would say this: they have underperformed, but also. Maybe they have to look in the mirror. If I'm the Crane, is that 10-year run we had it started 2016, 17, whatever. From now, almost a 10-year run. It's hard to do I will shout out the Yankees for this. The Yankees have been competitive for the good amount of my adulthood. We've been competitive. It's really hard to keep a run like that when you don't have an endless bankroll. So if you don't have an endless bankroll, what you have to do is maybe you have to look hard in the mirror, like, hey, do we move some of these guys? Because know what kind of package you would get for Alvarez. that boy's the best hitter in baseball this year.
Triple crown.
Yeah.
Only American League hitter who's been close to him has been Rice.
Exactly. So and it hasn't even been close. Benny Rice has been good, but he's not. It's been levels this year. So maybe I think you have to have a real conversation. Is our window closed in the American League? Because I don't, as a Yankee fan, I used to fear the Astros playing the Astros, especially in the postseason. Yeah. I'd be like, damn, I don't want to face Houston. I don't have that same fear anymore.
I think you're spot on. I think for Houston, the 10-year run is over. Starting to lose guys, and the guys who are still there aren't the same. Mm-hmm. You tried to recapture the magic by bringing Correa home. That hasn't worked whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
You lost Kyle Tucker. We thought it was going to be devastating, but he stinks for the Dodgers right now. That's your sign that, hey, time just expired. We had a great run. Astro fans will love this group for years. They'll never forget us. But we got to replenish.
And you got 2 titles out of it, right?
Yeah,
out of the run, 2 out of 10, and 2 titles in that run. You're mid. Even though Houston's the 4th biggest city, they're run like a mid-market team. Mm-hmm. They're the 4th. You're very successful. You're right behind the Dodgers as the most successful teams in the last 10 years. Very hard thing to look in the mirror and be like, hey, we ain't what we used to be, and make some changes. That's why I think they need to do in Houston. But I do think the Marlins are just a lost cause until they figure out me and Javon get the billions to own that team. They're lost cause. I have no faith in the Marlins.
I got no solution for the Marlins.
It's same.
All right, Sean, Angel Reese is starting to come around. She just set the single season rebounds record. Had herself like a 20-10 game, shooting 100% from the field. Had 30-10 game, shooting 67% from the field. We think this is sustainable.
So I've been getting crazy on our Facebook posting reels and stuff like that, and the hate she gets makes me. And I hate her.
I've been sitting here wondering what's all these notifications I'm getting. Because for the first time in a while, I've seen someone talking crazy in our comment section. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Of course, it's over Angel Reese.
It's Angel Reese and the whole Enes Kanter thing. But I would say this.
Can we pause right there?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sean.
Say your piece.
Sean, sucker, whole thing. I think Steven Jackson and Kenyon Martin said it best. We were on your side. But when you go to a women's game trying to pick a fight with a woman, and then you and Royce White do this declaring for the WNBA draft stuff, then you lose us.
Yeah.
Started off good, and then you had to go all Fox News with it. And Clay Travis, shut the hell up.
Oh, I can't stand that guy.
Yeah, that's all
I can't. When you're tapped in, go ahead.
My homegirl sent me the video of Natasha Cloud's homegirls holding her back. And she was like, bro, what was she going to do? Yeah, thank you. You're like, Natasha, you can help back to keep you from getting your ass whooped. We got to, listen, I'll be honest with you, Sean, because we are starting to get to a point where, because, they advocating for trans players in the W. It's not what y'all want. All right. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm saying just let some of this stuff happen. Clarissa Shields, you want to fight Rowley so bad? Let it happen. Let it happen. I know Rowley is sorry to us. He would knock her smooth the hell out. That's what I'm getting to. I'm at the point where, you know what? Let's just let it happen and remind everyone why there's a separation.
Listen. You could advocate for something and not be a clown, right? You could advocate for something, Javon, and not be a clown. I could come on here and when I start advocating and start doing clowner stuff, call me out for it. Enes was a clown. That was clown behavior. I've said it in the chat. People call me out saying all this. I don't care. I'm gonna say what I want.
Been a clown for forever. How you gonna call somebody to Paul George or something? You and Paul George are in the same league. Paul George is an NBA MVP candidate. You're
a mediocre player.
Good year, 11-7. 11-7.
Someone was like, he averaged a double-double. I was like, who cares? He was a mediocre player. I watch basketball. He's a mediocre player. Like, and he taps dances for Fox News. Like, he ran to Fox News right after that happened. Yeah,
the CIA or the FBI, one of them, threw him a birthday party. Bro, for our federal government to throw a birthday party for a Muslim immigrant, that lets you know he's a new level of coon.
Yo, that you a high level snitch giving up a party, high level information up.
You giving it up. Pause.
Yo, that is crazy. I didn't even know that. That is crazy.
He posted it.
I didn't see that. I did not see that. I'm about to look at it. Wow. But my point is, you can't even go back to your own country and see your own family. Worry about that. Don't worry about this. Stop being an idiot. And so I'll leave it at that. Angel Reese has been balling, and in the sense of, Javon, she's actually been hitting outside shots. Like, if you see, she's been hitting outside shots. Like, I gotta give her credit because if you miss a lot of your own shots and grabbing rebounds, it don't count. But some of it's legitimately rebounds, and she's hitting the outside shots. Getting 31 in a game is still 31 in a game in the WNBA. I mean, so I give her some credit. She's definitely made some improvement. And the dream might be a little problem come postseason time. I can't lie. Might be a problem. So, and she's locking up on defense.
The encouraging part from number one, don't the Dream have like the 3 leaders in steals all on one team?
I didn't know that. Wow.
I don't want to deal with that. What my thing with Angel Reese has always been is just make the layups. And to be shooting 67%, 100%, boom, 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 means you're finally making the layups.
Yeah. She's improving. She's improved. She's improved.
It might be a good little week. I want to see it be sustained because you're not getting a congratulations from me for making layups, but like it, just keep making the layups. That's all I'm saying.
I would say this. Something positive about the W. I've been really enjoying the level of basketball that's been played this year. I can't lie. I've enjoyed some of the level of basketball that's been played this year. And teams are scoring more, and I've liked it, but it's just been overshadowed by a lot of BS this year. I just it's turned me off a little bit. But the games I watched, Sophie, she must be saying, I don't know. She's another one. Fox News got a job waiting for her.
She's gonna be on Clay Travis and Will Kane.
Yeah, right away.
Real soon.
Really soon. So we'll see how it goes. WNBA. One last thing. There was no need to even address Cantor and voice wipe. Someone was like, "Oh, they're gonna sue." I was like, "You know, the NBA owns the majority of the WNBA. Go sue. You don't have the money or the bankroll to match the NBA. Like, what are we talking about? Right? Some people are just idiots. And I realized it's posting consistently on social media. I was telling my girl this. People feel like they can say whatever they want and they're right. No, if you don't know, especially sports, you are entitled to your opinion. But when you don't know facts, I can't really argue with you. I just can't. It's dumb.
I called my brother out for that last week. Another Lamar Jackson argument.
Oh, here we go.
Louisville was nothing before Lamar Jackson. The same Louisville whose quarterback before Lamar Jackson was Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, yes.
And went to the Sugar Bowl and finished that year with the 12-1 record. Oh, I didn't know that. So how you going to say it is fact when you didn't know it? Oh, I'm gonna say it, and if you don't correct it, then I'm just go with it. Said, bro, Tom, we have a 16-year-old little brother. That's something he's supposed to say. You just turned 27. You're married, and you got a kid on the way. That ain't for you to say.
Yeah, you can't say something.
That's for baby boy to say. You the oldest of us three. That's not for you to. Come on, man.
Yeah, like.
So you're right. When people will rewrite history.
Yeah.
Speak on something as if it's factual that they know nothing of.
I can't deal with it, John. Yeah, I
hate it.
I can't deal with it. Especially, I tell my girl all the time. I was like, I like talking to Javon about sports because I know what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about, and he might put. I'm like, oh, I didn't think from that perspective. Like earlier today, he was just talking about the money situation. These kids come back. I was like, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. But when you just don't know generic facts, like you could watch ESPN or Sports Center about, I can't argue with you.
You can just go to Google. That's nothing about my generation. We got access to all the information, and we still are willingly ignorant.
Exactly. Good point. AI's alive and well. Just go put it in AI. Like, come with your facts. I just can't do it anymore. But Angel Reese, shout out to her. She's playing good. I want you to really know your opinion because you watch it more than me. Who's the two favorites in the WNBA to win the title? To you, the Lynx is one, but who's their biggest competition?
It's out of Vegas and Indiana.
I don't love Vegas this year.
I don't either, but
I don't love it. They're not playing with that same spunk. She is the GOAT. So when it's different when a GOAT's in that postseason. We see Brady do it, we see Michael do it, we see Kobe do it, we see the GOATs do it. So I can't ever discount her, but I really like it. I'm gonna say this. I think Olivia is the MVP of the league this year.
I'm with you. That's who will get my vote. If I ain't.
That's getting my vote. Like the thing she's doing in the league, the excitement for such a league that's still relatively young.
Again,
she's my MVP.
Carrying that team while Nafisa was out.
Yeah. Poof.
As a rookie.
First team definitely this year.
Easily.
I don't care what. Easily. Yep.
All right, Sean. We just went from talking about a young one to the old heads. New faces, same faces, new places. DeMar DeRozan's with the Nuggets. Klay Thompson getting bought up by the Mavericks to go sign with the Heat. None of these moved the needle for me.
I don't. Yeah, we're on the same page. I was like, don't do nothing. I think the Nuggets are worse than they were last year.
Yeah,
and they basically got swept. They lost 4-1 in the first round to Minnesota. I don't put them over Minnesota, and Clay's been washed. And I don't want to say washed. Clay has not been Clay for 4
Spoelstra will
years.
drop an offense for Clay. I will say that. Jason Kidd had him a little too stagnant. He'll be back and moving around.
He'll fit perfectly in the Duncan Robinson role.
And yeah, that's exactly what he's going to be. And he'll have his space because everyone's going to be worried about Giannis and Bam.
And see, that's why I like to talk to Javon. Now I thought about it. If you have him in the Duncan Robinson role, Duncan had 12 threes a game. He was all over the place. Let's see. Okay, I can see that. If you have him in that role, then I can't really argue with that. But and again, I don't mean disrespect, but Davion Mitchell, your starting point guard in the NBA. Come on, Javon. Come on, what are we doing? Let's be real. We know basketball. That's a good 6th man off the bench, 7th man.
If they had a roster around him, it could work because how annoying he is defensively. But when you have the terrible spacing of Bam and Giannis, and your number one perimeter option is going to be Andrew Wiggins, Davion Mitchell can't be your starting point guard because he doesn't raise your floor. They need a floor raiser in Miami.
I have faith in Spo, and I think they're going to be really good defensively. But
they will be annoying. Davion, Clay, Wiggins, Bam, and Giannis will be annoying defensively.
It's gonna be tough. But the only thing I would say is this: if you told me we're gonna play the style of play in the NBA, like the postseason, I would have Miami in the top 3 in the East. But you have to get through a whole regular season playing how the NBA plays. I don't think it's conducive, and I don't know if I trust Giannis's calf strains like he keeps having over the last couple of years. So that's a 4th or 5th team.
Have potential to look like. Remember the Magic in those last few years of Dwight Howard, where they just could not score, but they could lock you down. Like they could win a game by scoring 85 points.
Yep.
That's never going to happen again in Adam Silver's NBA. But they will be this era's equivalent of that.
That's a great analogy. They have to, for the Heat to be a contender, and this is what I would put on the board if I'm Eric Spoelstra, we have to be top 5 in a lot of defensive categories. We have to be perceived what I play with OKC.
We got to be top 3 in forced turnovers.
Yep.
Top 3 in points off turnovers.
Yep.
And top 3 in fast break points if this thing's going to work.
You got to get some easy buckets. That's basically what you're saying.
And top 5 in wide open 3-point field goal percentage. That is the analytic out there that I actually do like. Can this team make their open shots?
You think they're going to have a lot?
I'm just saying that's where they need to be.
I'm going to collapse. Maybe if you listen, I'm not a Giannis go score and be like, yo, I'm going to guard all these guys. I don't know. We'll have to see. I just don't like that team. And maybe someone said this, they're going to have a lot of money coming off the books next summer or something, or they'll have more money. I don't know. I just don't love the move. I think they put some out of the play-in tournament, but that's it.
We're going to see a lot of Bam coming out for Bobby Portis. I'm telling y'all that.
You know how bad Detroit struggled to score?
They should trade Bam. Bobby Portis can be the starting 4 with Giannis at the 5.
We've been saying this for years.
And if you want Bobby to guard the 5, Giannis can guard the 4. They work perfectly together. They're going to have to trade Bam and let Bobby become the starter. I'm
not opposed to that. They're going to be what Detroit was, and it's going to be this year. They're going to be really good defensively, and they're going to struggle to score. And then when it comes postseason time, it's going to be really hard for them to win.
That 44-win Detroit team from when Indiana went to the finals,
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. All right, Sean. Getting ready to wrap things up here. Last 2 divisions of our schedule predictions. We're going to my neck of the woods, the AFC North. Starting with the reigning champion Pittsburgh Steelers, who I think are in for a pretty good season.
What do you have them?
11-6. Losing the division in week 18 in Baltimore.
Got it.
And I'm hoping I'm free to be at that game. But, the NFL calendar runs so late now. Remember, the last game of the season used to be New Year's weekend?
Yes.
It ain't that anymore. And that sucks for me.
I was going to tell you because I was looking at the schedule. I was like, yo, Javon should come to the Ravens-Falcons game. But then I thought, the Falcons are going to be trash to me. And we'll talk about them in a second. Let's not waste our money. Yeah, the Falcons going to be trash.
I got to work that weekend. Yeah, because my pops was talking about going to the game. I'm like, I'm going to be in Charlottesville, Virginia that weekend.
Oh, okay. I was going to write it, but I was like, do I really want to go to a Falcons game? I don't know. We'll see. But I think the Ravens, I think the Steelers are 10-7. I think this division is going to be really, really, really good and really competitive. I put him 10-7 in this. I think McCarthy, I underrate him as a offensive guy. He's done what he did with Dax and those guys. He's really good offensively. I think he'll get a little bit more life after Rodgers. Rodgers had a good year, not a great year. Do I expect him to be better this year? I don't know. That's why I couldn't pick him some games.
With DK Metcalf and Michael Pittman, I think they're going to be just fine.
Okay, let's see. I'm only one game off, 10-7.
Baltimore, 12-5, winning the division in Week 18 at home against Pittsburgh.
I got Baltimore 12-5 as well. I have them starting the season like 5-0 or something like that. They're gonna have a really good start to the season.
Yeah, I got them 4-1. I got them losing to Dallas in Brazil.
Okay, so you have them beating Buffalo.
No, they play Buffalo later.
Oh, okay. They're in the early
and
part,
they will lose in Buffalo. And
they
don't know what to do. Matter of fact, so it's interesting, Sean. I got that ended a 3-game losing streak. So they'll go 4-1 to start the year. And then I got a 3-game losing streak in Cleveland, home against Cincy, and in Buffalo. And then they go on a run. Their only loss after Buffalo is going to be in Pittsburgh. But they're going to beat Jacksonville on the Thursday night game. They'll beat the Chargers the Monday night game. They'll go into Carolina and whoop them. They'll go into Houston and get their payback. Bye week, beat Tampa like they always do. Go lose in Pittsburgh like they always do. Get their payback against Cleveland. Go into Cincinnati on that Thursday night game and get their payback. I think that's New Year's Eve this year, actually. Something like that. And then win the division Week 18 against Pittsburgh.
Okay. I actually have them inverse. I have Baltimore, Cincinnati beating them later in the year, but losing early in the year. But that's fine. I'm surprised you have the Cowboys beating them. That was the game I struggled with. The Cowboys beating them in Brazil.
It was a numbers thing.
Okay.
They put both teams at 12-5.
Okay. All right. So I got you. All right. So I got Baltimore.
I had to find a potential loss for Baltimore.
Yeah.
And
it's
that
hard
right there made the most sense.
Yeah, because you can't have. Sometimes I would do the schedule and the team's 14-3. I'm like, whoa.
No.
Let me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like all right. Well, let's say page. I got them 12-5. I haven't won the division.
Cincy, I got it 11-6.
Same. I think the schedule, the matchup this year for the AFC North is the NFC South, right? And a lot of cupcake wins. And honestly, I love Joe Burrow coming out and setting the standard. I expect a big year from them.
Yeah, but stay healthy.
No, that's true. If he's healthy, the boy's top 3. But he can't stay healthy. I do think, knock on wood, he stays healthy. I love the talent on the offensive side of the football.
You know what I find funny about how the North is going to pan out? It's going to be Pittsburgh and Baltimore for the division in Week 18, right? But Pittsburgh losing and Cincy beating Cleveland is going to give Cincy the tiebreaker to be the 5th seed in the wild card, and Pittsburgh's going to drop to 6th.
Oof. That's a good point.
That's a scary 6th seed, by the way.
No, absolutely.
And you know what it sets up? Back-to-back weeks of Ravens Steelers. It'd be Ravens Steelers again in the wild card at M&T. So both teams, like the Pittsburgh, would just stay in Baltimore for the week if it wanted to.
Oh, they should. That the AFC gonna be lit this year. I gotta do my schedule, my seeding, but it's gonna be lit.
In Cleveland. So remember last week I teased that surprise with the Browns. And it's going to go according to plan with Deshaun Watson starting. Sean, that's right. We both said we wanted to, before we even get into their schedule, talk about Deshaun.
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to be mad at them booing me, cheering once you tore your Achilles? I'm with you 100%. I thought the Browns fans were dead wrong for that. I understood where they were getting at, but it was dead wrong. However, they have the right to boo you for how sorry you've played and how much money you've stolen from that franchise.
Facts.
You've been unavailable. When you've been available, you've been sorry. You got the massage parlor scandal and all that stuff. Cleveland Browns fans reserve every right to boo you. And I think Todd Monken said it best. If you don't want to be booed, don't play bad. So that lets you know where he's at with him. And when you listen to his explanation of Deshaun being named the starter, this wasn't Monken's decision. He would have started Shedeur. This came from the higher ups because they're paying Deshaun Watson all that money this year.
Yep.
And I think the higher ups. So I saw a report that I can actually believe. The Browns' home opener isn't until week 3.
Yep.
Why not let Deshaun start those first 2 games on the road? So if he stinks it up, now you got the adrenaline factor of Shedeur being starter in week 3. And the crowd actually getting to see the guy they want rather than the guy they hate. And not be same old Browns and not show up for the home opener. And it's ironic because it's Travis Hunter, Shedeur's old teammate, week 1. And Baker Mayfield, the quarterback you should have never let go. Granted, that's the old regime, in week 2. They're setting up to end Deshaun's career in these first 2 weeks.
Oof. Yeah, when you said that, I was like, damn, that's a real statement. Because they're gonna go 0-2.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. They're gonna go 0-2. I would say this. I could agree with everything you said. Deshaun, yes, it was classless. Like, you should never cheer for him to be hurt. But the problem is, before you got hurt that game, I think it was against the Cowboys. I watched that game because it was one of Brady's first time announcing, and you were trash. You were garbage. Like, and so again, no excuses for why, but you got to understand our fan base. Mike Trout, Joel Embiid. Who else? I'm gonna forget. Have
Anthony
stolen
Rendon.
Anthony. The greatest of all time.
Yeah, don't forget Anthony Rendon.
Forgot about him. I was thinking about him the other day when I was like, I'm gonna say this on the podcast. These guys, Anthony Rendon, the king stealer. You guys have stolen money. You've stolen generational money from these organizations. So I understand with Cleveland. They're frustrated they haven't had a quarterback. You were supposed to be the guy, and you played 19 games and you've been trash. If he was all right, no, Javon, he's been the worst quarterback that we've probably seen. Those are backup quarterback numbers he's putting up, and you get $240 million, $230 guaranteed $1 million. So you got to just be able to take it with grain of salt. You play amazing, they're gonna forgive, and they'll probably re-sign you. But if you don't, you'll never be able to go back to Cleveland again like that. So you got to just be like, hey, humble yourself. You were looking kind of crazy putting the diamond earrings in the air at the same time. You were looking crazy at the time. You just looked like you were frustrated. You let your emotions get the best of you. You apologize. Let's move on. The key is play better. That's all you have to do. If you played good in those first 19 games, they wouldn't have booed you. But you've been bad. You've been hesitant in the pocket. You lost your mobility. Me and Javon on this podcast, we've been doing for a while. We thought you were a top 5 quarterback. Remember that, Javon? He was a top 5. Yeah, you were a top 5 guy. I understand the frustration. And they let Baker Mayfield, who's been way better than you now. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Baker has been better than you. So they let Baker go for you. And you haven't even been a top 15, top 20 quarterback. Like, let's call it Kirk Cousins has been better than you.
Has he even been top 32?
He's been the worst starting quarterback in the NFL when he's played. I got to be honest. I got to call a spade a spade. He's been the worst starting quarterback in the NFL when he played. And even Tua had a couple good years in that time span. So take it on the chin. I hope he plays well. But if I'm Cleveland, the moral of the story is Shedeur has to play because I have to see what I have, because 2027 draft has some guys that have potential. That's it. And we have 2 first-round picks. You're just putting a Band-Aid over a wound. Tear that Band-Aid off. Let Shedeur play and see. But Deshaun gets a couple opportunities. He's still 30. I think he's young, 30 years old. He could build up some of his value and go somewhere else. Simple as that.
So, with that being said, 7-10 for Cleveland. Shedeur goes 7-8.
Damn, we're on the same page. 7-10 Cleveland. I love the talent around on the Browns. I can't lie. It's just, what do we have as a quarterback? And if Shedeur is 7-8 and he plays well, he's the guy going forward. And then we can start building from there. But I just don't know about the offense because of the quarterback positions. I think that's the weakest part of their team. I love their team. But 7-10, very competitive team.
All right. NFC South. Starting with
first?
The division champs, the Carolina Panthers. Sean, what you got?
This was tough. I had them 8-9, then I switched last minute. I have them 9-8, winning the division again.
John, I got a drastic fall off and a realization that they need a new quarterback.
Damn. Oh
I think this is going to be that one. You know, every year I got one team I got being much better than they actually end up being, and I got one team being much worse than they actually end up being.
Yep.
I'm calling it Carolina's going to be the team that's way better than I projected them to be. Looking at that schedule, I just don't like it. And I got them at 4-13. I know that's going to be the one I'm wrong about. I couldn't find the wins, though, Sean. I could not find the wins. I couldn't give them Chicago. I couldn't give them a sweep against anyone else. Against anyone in the division. I only gave them Cleveland because it's Shador's first start. I can't give them Detroit. I can't give them Philly. I can't give them in Green Bay on a short week. I can't give them Denver. I can't give them Baltimore. I can't give them in Minnesota. I can't give them Cincy. I can't give them Pittsburgh, and I cannot give them Seattle. I can't.
The South was tough. I kept battling.
It was
and
a
I had
tough division to do.
It's tough to wish. They're mediocre team and bad, and they're mediocre to worse to bad. So I have them 9-8. I had them 8-9. Switched it last minute. I think I have more faith in Bryce, and I'm hoping Bryce has a better year. He did improve last year, so if he could keep that trajectory, and they have a really good young defense, and I love the defense coordinator. I'm going to go with 9-8 and win the division.
I'm not arguing with anyone in the South. I'm not. I got Tampa at 6-11.
I got them 8-9.
And you know I love Baker Mayfield.
Me too.
I got 6-11.
Yeah, I don't think Baker's the quarterback next year in Tampa.
Yeah,
I think.
He's leaving.
Yeah, I think Bowles is fired, and I think they're going to a rebuild in Tampa. So, which is fine. They had a really good sustained success in a title with that run. So I got them 8-9. Really close battle, kind of similar to what happened last year in the NFC South.
What you got for Atlanta?
I got Atlanta 6-11. I love the talent on the team. I just don't like the quarterback. I don't like either of them. I've never liked Michael Penix, and I definitely don't like Tua. They lose a lot of close games like they did the last couple of years. 6-11, they go get their quarterback in the 2027 NFL draft.
I'm gonna use another spades analogy here, Sean. You know, when you let the NFC South is going to let an 8 walk. What do I mean by that? Falcons are going to win that division at 8-9.
Damn.
The NFC South is going to let an 8 walk. I'm not even talking about an 8 of spades that can cut somebody. An 8 of diamonds is going to walk. Just steal a book.
Just steal them. I'm not mad at you at all. And like you said, we can't argue anything at this division. I don't know how we did this division, to be honest.
I really don't.
Yeah, I 6-11 and too much talent, so I might be wrong with that. I don't know.
6-11 for the Saints.
I got them 7-10.
We both like Tyler Shuck and what's going on.
Yeah, I like them.
Please stay healthy, man.
Yeah.
You've been injured your whole football career. Please stay healthy.
If he could stay healthy. Oh, yeah, he's really good. If he could play, oof.
Olave can be a duo, but
they could be special. Yeah, it's 7-10. I like what they're building it. Remember a couple years ago, I was like, they're doing it right, building it slowly. I think Tampa and need to follow suit with the Saints. So I'm saying a year early, they need to do the rebuild. And I think the Falcons just need their quarterback, and then we can have a real conversation about Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got anything else?
No, next week we're doing playoff predictions and stuff for the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. This is gonna be tough.
Yeah. Next week's gonna be us gearing up for the first week of college. Well, week 1 of college football. Week 0 coming up this weekend. Let's see. Oh man, rest in peace, Michael Wright. Man, the 5 heartbeats phrase 2 generations of black kids, man. Can't nobody saying like Daddy King Jr. Rest in peace, Michael Wright.
70 years old, young. God rest his soul. Definitely God rest his soul. I'm just trying to think. I had something this week. Oh, I saw something real quick. Really dope YouTuber who broke down Alex. He called him Adam Bronze, not Adam Silver, talking about how Adam Silver is partly responsible that we're never going to see the pantheon of these great guys like Jokic, Tatum, Wemby, win 3 or more titles because of what the NBA has done with the salary cap. And I could not agree more where he said it. Because usually it was like, you got to catch Magic, Kobe, Michael. You want to put LeBron at 4. In this NBA, if you get 2, it's a win. You're not going to be able to win 2 or 3. Simple as that. I love that breakdown. It was a special breakdown. And I think we all owe, what's the black guy? Goodwill. Vincent Goodwill. Apology, because when we said, hey, you get a trophy,
I'm still not calling it a participation trophy. No, I'm not doing that.
Javon, we haven't had back-to-back in the last 6 years. No team has returned to the NBA Finals,
and it's not going to happen this year either.
Oh, well,
next year.
You know, like San Antonio's going back next year.
No, OKC's going to go back.
Oh, then yeah,
it's going to be them in Philly. And then neither one of them will make it back to the championship the year after.
Yeah,
because if OKC makes the finals this year, San Antonio is going to do something to their roster to get better. Yeah. Those two are going to keep going back and forth like that.
Alternating the finals appearances. Okay. But my point is, it's going to be really tough for teams to win multiple titles in this generation. And great plays winning multiple titles. It's going to be tough.
You see Luka? Yo, Sean, I was watching the clips of them working out in Slovenia or wherever they are.
Go ahead.
I thought I was watching Austin Reeves.
He looked like Austin Reeves with the hair.
I thought I was watching Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
It was Luka.
It was.
And that is why I stopped eating processed foods. I eat single ingredient, organic. I pay up the extra dollar. When I see all the fakes and icks and all that stuff I put it back. I can switch to natural pure cane sugar and like that natural aloe vera liquid sweetener and all that, and unenriched flour. Like I done switched my diet into getting all the processed stuff out, and you do feel better afterward. Yeah. We got a problem with the U.S. man, because Luka looks like that now, and he's gonna look like a walrus by December. So I'm really starting to realize, I ain't a thing of him being lazy and not wanting to be in shape. No, like this food is just not good for his body.
Yeah. Certain people, just their body's gonna fluctuate weight, and Luka's the type of guy. But to get the Austin Reed, like even the flow and the headband,
that's really his homeboy, man. That's his body.
I don't like
please, ain't you?
I watch the highlights and I'm like, I do not like your Lakers squad at all. I can't front, man. Like, let's see it play out. They're still gonna be top 4 or 5 because Luka's that good and they're a good regular season team, but I don't like their team, man. I gotta be real with you, man. Sorry.
I ain't mad at you.
It's gonna be a tough year.
All right. Well, that's it. We'll be back next week.
All right. Adios.